Well, I want to thank all of you for attending tonight's forum. We have an excellent program planned, and in a minute, our Vice President will do an introduction of the program and our speakers. There's some real exciting things that are happening with NOCCA. We have a new look. You saw as you came in our old banner, but you would have noticed on the new flyer that went out, we actually have a new logo, and our little tagline is educate, empower, and engage. So that's what we want to do as an organization. And for all of you who are locally elected officials throughout Northeastern Ohio, you receive a free subscription to the Northeastern Ohio Municipal Leader magazine. There's going to be an article in the upcoming edition that will be due out, I believe, next month about our organization, where our organization was, and where we want to bring this organization. So that's going to create penetration for our organization throughout this region and certainly elevate and raise the profile of our organization. One thing that I like to credit our past president, Steve Bennett, with is, when he was president, he wanted to make this organization kind of on par with the Cuyahoga County Mayors and Managers Association. Often you will hear whenever there's regional conversations, that's one of the first organizations they engage. And there's many more council people than there are mayors within our region, and I'm of the philosophy we need to be involved in the conversation on the front end as opposed to the back end, and we are starting to change that. So with your help, your attendance, your participation, you will have the same, can create the same attention for our organization as that other organization. So I want to thank all of you for coming. Also, when you came in, there was a questionnaire. I hope all of you take time to fill out the questionnaire. If you don't have one during the forum, if you can go out there and get it. And it helps us understand a little bit more about our membership, what you're looking for, and how best we can find programs that can best serve you as local legislators. A couple other exciting things happening right now. Many of you might have heard about the Fund for Our Economic Future. Well, they gave over a year ago, a $60,000 grant to the Northeast Ohio City Mayors and Managers Association, different than the county one, led by Mayor William Kern. And Mayor Kern is right now, through those funds that they gave him and the Fund for Economic Future, they contracted out with Myron Orfield, who's one of the foremost experts around regional issues. They are doing an economic impact study and a tax revenue share study that is being conducted right now throughout the region. They are going to release those findings probably in the next 30 to 45 days. They have approached our organization and asked if we would be a co-convener with them and communicate to our membership when they're going to release that. So we said we would do that, and we will let you know. So you may be invited to something other than your traditional forums that you're used to here. You will be getting invited, and we'll just go and listen and see, what the findings are. But I know as a result of that effort, they want to look at a smart growth initiative for the region, not just Cuyahoga County. They're talking, a multi-county area, maybe even as large as 15 counties. So I've encouraged them, once they do that, is again, get our membership, our council members, involved in that conversation on the front end, as opposed to inviting us when you're going to release your findings, so we can all give input. There's things that are important to each and every one of us as local legislators, but I think all of us realize that when we're all together, we are stronger than we are separate. So I want to thank you all for coming and turn the program over to Chuck Germano.
Well, thank you, Matt. The topic tonight, of course, is the foreclosure crisis, practical strategies for legislatures. And I guess you can't pick up a paper or listen to a newscast without hearing something new. There's always things changing. What's the latest? So we're lucky that we have an expert on the topic, and that is our treasurer, Jim Rukakis. He's such an expert that tomorrow morning, first flight out of Hopkins to Washington, D.C., he's going to be testifying before Congress And I was going to try to shorten his resume that he supplied, but it is so interesting, I couldn't figure out what to cut out, because he's just done a remarkable job. He grew up in the Archwood-Denison neighborhood, and at the age of 22, was elected the youngest member of Cleveland City Council Ward 6, which became Ward 15, and served 19 years representing the same friends and neighbors. Jim worked tirelessly in the region, and he was instrumental in key projects such as the Gateway Sports Complex, the Cleveland Indians and Cavaliers, crafted the compromise that allowed the construction of the Rock Hall of Fame and Museum, and he created the city's gun buyback program, the Chop Shop law that reduced car thefts, and authored the Indoor Clean Air Act. He also was responsible for the creation of Cleveland's Housing Board, and he was appointed chairman of the City Finance Committee, where he served for 7 years on council. In 1997, he became Cuyahoga County Treasurer, and there he instituted state-of-the-art billing collection process and made property taxes easier for residents through web-based property information and payment options. Jim Rukakis helped to write and pass House Bill 294 that streamlines the foreclosure process for abandoned properties. Jim took the leadership role in creating the county's Don't Borrow Trouble mortgage foreclosure prevention program. He also developed the home enhancement loan program, HELP. This program, the first of its kind in the country, offers home improvement loans at 3 percentage points less than the lowest rate a bank would otherwise charge, which is a remarkable accomplishment. HELP has received the Community Impact Award in Dominion East Ohio Inside Business Magazine, an award for the National Association of Remodeling Industry Greater Cleveland Chapter, and won the 2003 EPA Smart Growth Award. Jim is in partnership with the Cleveland Restoration Society, and he also introduced the Heritage Home Loan Program, HHLP, designed to preserve their neighborhood character. He was instrumental in the enactment of House Bill 293, which helps senior citizens remain in their homes by allowing them to defer all or part of their property taxes. He's leading a debate over the payments in lieu of property taxes by nonprofit organizations to help lessen school funding problems created by the shrinking tax base, as we are exploring ways to give financial assistance and to encourage area students to remain in Greater Cleveland upon graduation. Jim is currently spearheading the creation of the county land bank that would keep properties away from spectators, facilities, and economic and neighborhood development. Jim earned his undergraduate degree at Oberlin College and his Juris Doctorate degree from Cleveland Marshall School of Law, married to Lori Schaefer. They have 3 children, Doug, Christina, and Alini. Jim is going to speak, and we're going to entertain questions, and then at Jim's suggestion, when we were talking about having a forum on foreclosure, he thought it would be interesting for all of you to hear from the ESOP organization and the Cleveland Housing Network. And we have 2 representatives, and once Jim's concluded, we'll introduce them and give you some tidbits on how they could help and what the strategies are for recommending things to your residents. So without further ado, Jim Rukakis.
Thanks, Chuck. Thank you.